Hello again, YouTube. I'm doing a part 2 of Tracee Ellis Ross being a clone tranny or transvestite because I feel as though that I left some things out, and as you can tell from these pictures that I lifted from Google Images as well as Wikipedia, that this individual has many faces because no two clones, if I'm being perfectly honest, look exactly alike, or I should say, no two individuals, whether cloned or not, look exactly alike. I mean, no matter what. I mean, they can, or the Illuminati or whoever makes these, or whatever force out there makes these clones, can they can't make them look exactly alike. And you see that from this picture right here, this individual looks downright creepy, and one eye is larger and higher. This eye is larger and higher than this eye, and this is a tranny because look at the brow bone and the manly jaw area and chin area, and the mouth is big and masculine, and the nose looks manly as well. This is a different clone, and the eyes are more slanted here. The eyes are more slanted and more, I would say, oval or almond shaped here than they are here. And this is a different clone right here. This one has bushier eyebrows, and the eyes are smaller and further apart. And the jawline is also more, I would say, more prominent. The jawline is fuller than these two individuals right here. This one has a long, thin horse face, man jaw like trannies typically do, and this is this horse face man jaw tranny is the new beauty standard for the Satan or the devil's and the demon's creations. And here's a different clone because this one has a longer, thinner face than this one, and a pointier chin also, and looks different than these individuals right here. Here's a different clone. This one has larger eyes, are a bit larger and closer together. This individual looks washed out, as you can tell, the pale pasty skin. This one looks older too, and this individual is supposedly 44 years old, but he looks like he's well into his 50s or 60s rather, because clones don't age well or age gracefully, even normally, like normal human beings look. And this is different clone. This one has a more of a square jaw, and the chin is more rounder. This one right here has a longer, thinner face, and the skin is more like, it's less elastic. I would say has more wrinkles and stuff. And this one has a baggier neck than this one does. This one right here has a shorter. This one has a shorter, different looking neck than this one has this one has the shortest neck, and this one has a longer one, and this one has a thicker neck. And as you can tell, it's a clone, as you can tell by the pale pasty skin, and the eyes just have this creepy express the eyes are empty, and once again one eye is larger and a bit lower than the other one. And things like this occur with individuals that aren't human, because you believe everybody on this planet is a human being. I got news for you. That's just simply not true. I mean, you got change. You think that's so, then you got change coming. This is a different clone, and one eye looks squinty and the other one looks wide open. And this one also has a longer, thinner face and looks older than this one. And a lot of times they put on turtlenecks to hide, the length of the neck and stuff, the differences of length in the neck. And I think this one has a larger frame or something. And this one has a larger frame than the previous ones I showed you. This one just looks fatter and stuff. This is a different clone. This is a different clone. And it's a separate clone. And as you see, this is, I guess I might make this a separate video about this. These are all clones, and Ashley Simpson, the fake Ashley Simpson, because the real Ashley Simpson was replaced a long time ago, is supposedly pregnant. But as I told you before, celebrities fake their pregnancies. They use prosthetic bellies and other other sorts of things. I don't know what all they use to fake their pregnancies, because Ashley Simpson is a tranny and never was married to Pete Wentz. Pete Wentz was actually married to Patrick, or I should say Patricia Stump, because Patrick Stump, or Patricia rather, was born a female, and these are all clones because their skin is smooth, shiny, and synthetic, and their eyes are empty. I mean, there's absolutely nothing there. Right here is the older sister who played off the Temptations and stuff. And I always thought that the older sister, the oldest one, Diana Ross's oldest child, was the most attractive. I mean, the rest of them, although they're biracial, nothing against biracial people or anything, but they're not always attractive like people, especially black people, make them out to be. And this individual is a clone right here. He's not human at all. And it's also a woman, as you can tell by the narrow jawline, narrow jaws, and pointy chin, and there's no brow bone there. And the hairline, they can easily make that recede back to be more like a man's hairline. And you can tell by the small ears, as I said before, the narrow jaws and the pointy chin, that this is a woman. This isn't a man at all. And Diana Ross is the man. I mean, who knows who gave birth to these kids or how they came about. But the oldest one's by Berry Gordy, although she carries the last name Silberstein, but she goes by Kendricks Ross now, Ross Kendricks or whatever, because she got married. And that whole family is a tranny hive, and she also played off of that Temptations movie. And as for Tracee Ellis Ross, I've never been a fan, and I don't follow this individual, so I don't know whether this individual was ever real. I don't even know whether this individual was ever real or not. When I saw this picture in a magazine a number of months ago, I was pretty shocked, because this Diana Ross looks very, very different. And this whole hive, this is a tranny hive. The girls are boys and the boys are girls. This looks nothing like Ashley Simpson. Ashley Simpson was never pregnant. Ashley Simpson is a man. And Tracee Ellis Ross also played on that show, starred on that show Girlfriends, which I never liked, because not only the characters are all trannies, and I found them annoying even before I knew the truth, but the show promotes all the wrong values such as adultery, fornication, people shacking up and living together and not even being married. And on top of that, I don't really condone the fact that they promoted this feminist BS, because that's been a very downfall of society, especially of the black community. That sort of thing has been sent along to destroy, cause black genocide, reduce the population, or even do away with the black population. And of course, feminism is meant to break up all families, but it's mainly aimed at the black family, to put them out of existence, or at least to get the population as low as possible, depopulate the planet as many black people as possible, because for starters, black people are the true chosen people, and secondly, we're the real Jews or Israelites, and thirdly, there's something special about black people, and Satan knows that. Well, if there's nothing further, I'm gonna just close this video down, and I hope I pointed things out, open up you people's eyes, and pointed things out and taught you things that you never knew or never learned in school or definitely on television. You're not gonna learn the truth up there. I mean, you can just hang that up, because the television is controlled by the Illuminati, which is nothing more than individuals behind clone body. Demons behind the clone bodies of individuals. And in Hollywood, nobody really gives birth. I mean, if it is, then it's the male to female to male transgenders. But for the most part, they have enough money and clout, or money and power to birth their kids through test tubes and out of petri dishes, and through in vitro fertilization and artificial insemination, however they choose to do it. They don't have their kids the natural way, so their kids thus come out soulless and stuff, because the only way for a person to come out real, I mean, of course, clones have sex and, conceive children that way and give birth and so forth. But the only way for a person to be real with a soul created in God's image is for a man and woman to have sex. That, are, of course, the man and the woman, they have to be real. They have to have family relations, as my late pastor called it. And if there's nothing further, I'm going to have to close this video down. And I love you all, and much peace and blessings. I'm out.